Hey, it's Shabes, and welcome to another expedition of the Anime Encyclopedia. Spontaneous kind of stream. We're back. We're doing it. I definitely. It had been a busy week, but I was like, I really want to stream. I really want to do this, so making sure I do it. There's a new mix. I hope you like it. I found it, and I was like, you know what? This might be a good pace for different thing for stream. We know if the mix is okay. So I don't know how different it's gonna be, but it's The mix is called Cold Steel. It's like it's like a Patlabor 2 OST, Blade Runner, Metroid Prime 3, Metal Gear, etc. Yeah. Seems like fun. Hi, Shaves. Good to see you, Greg. We're going to jump right into it. I don't know how long. I'll try to do 2 hours. It's going to be like at 9 when I finish. I've done that before. Oh, wait a minute. I had a white one in here. I have just enough Gatorade to last me the next thing. The next time I go shopping. I finished Marmalade Boy? Yeah! Was it as what they said it was? About the ending, I guess? I know it didn't spoil it, but still. Yeah. Okay. Where were we? Where on earth were we? Also, Digest is exporting right now. I finished editing it just now tonight. So that's exporting. And I'll hopefully remember it sometime during stream that I have to put it on YouTube, so I'll probably do that at some point as well. To, do the whole process of putting it on YouTube. It takes fucking forever. Oh, geez, where were we last time? Let's see. Well, we got Metabot. Let's see. Oh, I have the book, so let's look at the book. I'm still not sure about this format. I'm also not sure about the digest format, so I might go back to what works. I'm still not sure. I think we'll do just M like this, and then probably go back to the regular, like, I read a bunch and then stream a bunch. I don't know. There's a New York City arc. Really? There was a New York... There's a New York arc in Marmalade Boy 2? That's so funny. Reminded me of Kodacha. And then it was Anime Original draws things out. Not all bad, but yeah. Wow. Yeah. I wonder if... I think Boys Over Flowers does that too. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like the OP made me think that. I could be wrong. We did Empty Geist. We did Metabot, WWF Mellow. Yes. Right. Okay, so the first one is Melty Lancer. And then we have Red Memories already. But we just have to... I'll probably skip that one and put the notes later or something. It ends well. Good. It's good to see it. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna... Yeah. It's tough, right? These long... I'm not built like this, man. I don't have the fortitude to do these long projects, man. It's really rough. It's really tough. But I think I'm motivated to do this so I can move to other things. Not that I want to move on and drop it or something. I really want to make that video. But I feel like once I finish M, I could probably start writing a script. I don't know. I have a lot of material. It's an insatiable amount. It's really incredible. Both shows have Umakoshi designs. Oh yeah! Wow, that's neat. Okay, where are we here? I don't know. I just was looking back at the interesting music what it's from. This is Blade Runner, but let me put the link to the mix. This is like the long playlist I'm using. It's a bit longer, so it won't loop as much. It'll loop probably like less than twice if we're streaming for 2 hours. But like I was looking at the there we go. Ah, look at that! Now reading Mellow. Look at that. Should just use that. I was looking at the Encyclopedia thing again, or like the earlier streams, and I forgot that like. What could I do to show that as well? Or window cap. Yeah, I could do I forgot that I had like literally just like where no, that's not it. Those are changes. D and like I actually like broke it down and like this is how long per week these things will take. And I was like, oh, it'll take about a year. It's just because yeah, very optimistic, basically. I feel like I need to get back to this. If like I went like by pages, I actually did like I'll do 15 pages a week or 16 pages, like kind of pace it out in that way. And that makes so much sense. And then there's so much of this that like I get hung up on things and emotions and like developments and writing things down, and some pages go fast and some go slow. It's really all over the place. It's really tough. But I should probably look at this again. I second guess myself basically, or I forget these things and I take it for granted. Oh dang, I love Blade Runner. Evangelist. Yeah. Okay. But this is definitely unspooled. It's unspooled out of my hands type of deal. But then again, the Naruto stuff has been unspooled as well, so that also has to get reined in. Hopefully next week. I said that this week, and then maybe next week. And awful. Anyway, sorry. Let me do this actually, so that I have the chat over here, and then I don't have when I click on it, it doesn't have the thing. Yeah, like that. Okay, so Mello, the next one we're talking about is Melty Lancer. What kind of anime name is that? All right. So they got dismissive, I'd say. Melty Lancer. A standard team template. And like, does this sound standard to you? It's sort of like when you have a group dynamic, there's a lot of different people, right? Like you can choose all different kinds of tropes. And it's like, yeah, just because you've heard of this trope once before, you know what's important, and I get it. Most shows don't actually do this well, and they don't capitalize on it. That doesn't mean that this show does well either. But just like this group of people, they're like, oh, it's this led by a man who's just served a 5-year prison sentence and staffed by a gang of dangerous girlies. Sylvie is a martial artist. Melvina only got her job because she's the boss's daughter. Cute little Angela is really an 8-year-old bioweapon. Nana learned sorcery on her adopted homeworld, and Sakuya is a high priestess of an Arcanist temple. June, the team mecha specialist, suspects the Earth's new attackers are her old schoolgirl enemies, and she's right. A standard team template. And I'm like, just because it's a team and you've seen Gatchaman before, that means it's standard? Look at you listed out all the members. I'm like, that's a pretty eclectic group. That's interesting. I wonder how they bounce off of each other. And I get it. Most anime don't do that well with bouncing them off of each other. Sure. But like, I didn't see the description. That's a zany mix. No, yeah. And I apologize for not reading all of this out loud. Yeah, I don't want to just spend a bunch of time on this. But yeah, it's like, it's dismissive. It's dumb. Stamped out. The manga, like the anime, preferred to concentrate on gratuitous angles that ogled the female form rather than attempting to get on with a story. Just because it has angles, it's like, I don't know. You hear this all the damn time, I think. Anyone got good music recommendations for a Sakuga Mad? Looking for something Japanese with an upbeat tempo. I know that's tonally what this stream is about. I mean, I could kind of get what you're... I could probably give decent recommendations, but I don't know where you're getting for the idea that it's what this stream is about. Like, okay. Because usually I play very chill stuff. I usually play, like, the Moomin soundtrack, which is very chill, and then this is like really slow mech music, like atmospheric shit. But for Sakuga Mad, I guess it depends on which animator you're going for and what kind of shows you're going to be tackling. You know, I think for when I did my Sakuga Mad for Kanada and Imaishi stuff. Around that, I actually didn't use Japanese music. For Canada, I used like Michael Jackson. Oh, that was sarcasm. Gotcha. Fun fact about me, I'm really, really bad at sarcasm. I don't, even if people say it in front of me, like my roommates, they know, I take everything very face value and seriously. Because I don't want to be like, oh, that's a joke, right? I never want to be in this situation of like assuming it's sarcasm and then it's not. So my brain is just predisposed to never take anything as sarcasm. Just instinctively. Not as like, don't take this as sarcasm, Shaves. It's not, it's just, I just don't. And so that happens all the time that I take you very seriously. Unless you tell me, which I appreciate. Anywho, I wasn't sure though. I'm super bad at sarcasm too. Yeah. Totally what this is. I also read that as tonally and not totally, so I apologize. Oops. Anyway, Multi-Lancer, I didn't like it. Dismissive. I'm gonna skip memories. Get to memories if you're wondering. I'm pretty sure they have it. I'll just write it here. I know that. I know it's positive, obviously. I'm trying to find specifically. Yeah, I'm sure there's a better summation of their thinking of this. Well-made but lightweight comedy. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, sorry, I didn't even edit that as multi. I didn't really say anything particularly about it. Yeah, we covered memories. Yeah, I figured. Oh, good. Glad you tried, though. I appreciate it. Wasn't much to, but Memoru and her pointed hat. Oh, Tongari Boshi. Yeah, Memoru. Yeah, Sato did direct this. Yeah, one of the he's listed as one of the directors. But it's the cute gnomes, cute gnome anime. Let's see what they have to say about that. I also didn't really compare Multi-Lancer. Let me do that really quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, they didn't. No, I don't think they changed anything for memories. Oh, they did cut. Did I put that in memories? Actually, I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, for memories they cut. Should put that as well. I just found that at the end. Maybe try artists that remix Japanese music like Macro C too. Yeah. But yeah, I used like Michael Jackson for Kanada, and then Imaishi I just used the Gurren Lagann OP. A lot of OPs are very good at that, you know. J upbeat type of thing. I use a lot of OPs. Okay. Alright, Memoru, we're here. Eventually, they're spoiling it? Why? Why? The Memory Boshi. Yeah, Memory Boshi. Yeah. Ugh. Spoils that. Like, I figure that could be what it is, but like, don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. I just realized I don't have. Sorry, this messes my audio up a sec. One sec. I don't want to like. Oh. Sorry, are we good? Yeah. I just want. I have a adjustable desk, like a standing desk, and I usually have it at a certain height, but then I have it for the lowest height for stream. Anyway, hi Shaves, nice to catch one of these live. Yeah, good to see you, Alice. We're just reading kind of bit by bit, basically. So there might be a lot of bits of silence. So I apologize. But I might go back to the regular format. I think this incentivizes me to read, and it's easier, and I just kind of go up and stream. But the fact, I don't think I take advantage of that spontaneity as much because I'm just busy with other work. It just doesn't work for my lifestyle and schedule, I don't think. You know, so I think I might go back to trying to get as many pages done. And when I'm done with that amount of pages, I'll spontaneously. Maybe I'll try that. Yeah, maybe I'll actually try that because the first edition is, not the first edition, the early on in this project, I mapped out this is how many sessions it'll take, right? But it's because I usually was like, oh, I want to stream every week. It was like I was clutching onto that idea. So I might go with that pace, just read as much as possible, get as much reading done, and take however much time I need, and then stream when I have that done. Maybe I need something to. I don't know. I'm just here for the chill vibes. That's fair. You know, I really appreciate that. I guess it's just part of the project, kind of the efficiency for me, I guess. But this is still nice. Yeah, they spoil it. Oh wait, what was this? Something you're saying here? Okay. Yeah, not much else. So. Wait, what? Oh, Memories of is a new entry. All right. Memories of. Wait, what? What's this? Third edition has an entry called Memories of Youth from 1993. And it's not in the first edition that I know of. Let me see. if in the index. Aoi Kiko. Aoi, no, soda. Oh, yep. Let's see. Aoi Kyoko. Aoi Kyoko. Aoi Kyoko. Blue Memory? Could it be Blue Memory? It's AKA Blue Memory. Blue Meteor. Nope. Nope. I don't think it's in here. New entry. New editions. Memories of Youth. From 1993. Mermanoid. That is it. Oh, no, it's right there. It's the next one, yep. Let's go. I like this track from Metroid. Mermanoid. I really like the old format, but I don't want you to get burnout. It's not really burnout either way. To me, it's because I'm kind of already it's burnout in a different sense. It's burnout in the fact that it's a long project. I'm taking a long time for this. Hi, Bob. It's great seeing you. It's the same old Bob, although I don't know if you're in with one of these more recent streams where instead of having read it already and then I'm just going over my findings, I'm doing the findings now live. And I'm reading the entries. I'm not reading all of them out loud, so there's going to be a period like just now where I'm going to read and I might not say a darn thing, but I'll respond to chat and everything. But it really is just that I've been doing this project since September of 2021. And I'd like to not. I'd like to do some, I want to do more. I want to do other projects, but I really hate to drop this project so far in, right? That's my thinking. So, just gotta finish this project. Just get the life gets in the way type of thing. Very typical adult type of thing. I'm getting used to that. I think I'm finally getting old enough to where I'm realizing that, I guess. You'd think it's more efficient, Bob, but it's like, because I was thinking in that case I could just kind of stream whenever, and I'd stream more often, even maybe 2 times a week, but I'm barely making once a week. I'm still barely getting to be able to stream once a week. But I feel like I was just thinking earlier of how it shouldn't matter as much of the consistently doing every week as I don't know. I balancing content and progress on this project versus getting to stream every week. We're getting to stream as often as possible and be enjoyable for you guys. It's balancing the thing that's beneficial for me and what you guys enjoy. I'm sorry to keep being all meta about this stream and whatever, but let's move on with. I'm reading about this series called Meremanoid. Shinkai Densetsu. Meremanoid. Okay. There's a little weird speculation at the end of this article. So they're describing the series. They just give a synopsis to it. Seems kind of whatever. And then at the end it says, writer Terada previously used the name Ruth Miller for an evil character in Bobby's stock. His ex-girlfriend, perhaps? Huh? Is that a joke? What? Because they're just referring to the writer... Terada? Kenji Terada, who wrote the scripts? Is this based on... Where are they getting this from? What are they talking about? Let me just like... It's an anime TV series. Yeah, okay. And Kenji Terada is maybe the head writer? A&N, please. Kind of looks cool. Kind of rich retro. Okay, yeah, Kenji Terada is the series composition as well. And he wrote over half the episodes. Sure. And then they're just saying the writer previously used the name Ruth Miller for an evil character in Bavistock. What the hell does Bavistock have to do with Mareminoid? Why are they bringing up this trivia of a different anime just because it's the same writer? Kenji Terada, he actually has a picture on Anime News Network in the Encyclopedia. He's done screenplay for a ton of different stuff, including Cinderella Express. Not a fan of that one. But like, he's done a lot of other stuff. Where's that coming from? That's so strange. I'm just listening to this while combing through 200 episodes of anime to find that one clip I shouldn't have referenced. Yeah, I know that feel. I do that all the damn time. It is the worst. That was me like 120 something time, but probably more often for fucking Ojamaja Doremi. That was such a pain in the ass. I managed to make it, but like it's the worst with videos. Did they mention this in the other anime description for Bavistock? Let's see. So Bavistock. It would be funny if they just reference it twice. It's like, really? That's all you have to say about this guy? Bavistock. Yeah, Bavistock. Okay. The psionic Ruth Miller. Yep, and her henchman, right? No, they don't mention it at all. How strange. This Tetsugen project is my worst planned video in years, probably. Yeah, that's harsh. No, that's so hard. Because it's like, what do you do? Because Tetsugen, it's not as much like Astro Boy, where the series are kind of similar, but there's differences. It seems like Tetsugen are just completely different shows, and they're just using the IP. It seems like that, and it's like, what? I'm gonna put this in odd choices because this is so weird. So strange. Okay. So weird. Oh, you'd bet I know what it is. It's because the other villain, the villain in this show is called Ruth Milla. Queen Ruth Milla. Yeah. Okay. It does have something. It's because. Okay. the girlfriend comment just still does not make sense to me. It's just really left field and bizarre. Mermaid's Forest. I'm gonna put that in here. Okay. They have a lot to say about this one. Bit of scrutiny in the back of the box for whatever reason, but they do seem to be more mixed on Mermaid's Forest. They've seemed to have pretty even complaints. On Mermaid's Forest, I mean. It's really more about Mermaid's Scar, if anything, the OVA sequel. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's Rumiko Takahashi's horror thing, right? I've been meaning to watch it. It's pretty dark. I was surprised reading. I knew about it. I knew it was like a horror thing. There's this mermaid, okay. But reading about like the actual what happens in it, it's like, wow, okay, huh, interesting. Little, rudimentary maybe, in terms of what actually happens in it, but premise-wise, it's pretty cool. Metal Angel mode. I have to compare to the 3rd edition though. They added a direct Okay, as happened in its predecessor, so it's kind of it's both Forest slash Scar. Ah, the resurrected. Whole paragraph about that. Let's see. Out of the paragraph. There you go, another. Okay. I reviewed it a while back, overall worth watching. Yeah. Cool. I haven't even seen Rama or Inuyasha yet, so I'll probably get to those first. But I had my fill of Rumiko from 2018, so I'm giving it some time. Okay. Angel. Marie. What for teenage girl? Door and boots. Sorry. Jeez, they talk about this one a lot. Wait. Wait. Huh? Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong here. So this show is kind of like Video Girl Eye, and they say as much, where the dude has a sister, is a robot, and he's using her to kind of get him to talk to girls more. And it's like, okay, it says, but like the similar Video Girl Eye, Mari isn't all that keen on helping him attain the love of his life. She'd rather be the love of his life, and another anime love triangle is born, based on the manga blah blah blah, mixes sports blah 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 blah, coupled with the mid-1990s. This is the weird part, okay? Please let me know if you follow this. Coupled with the mid-1990s craze for rearing your own creation, which peaked with Tamagotchi video adventures and Pokemon. Am I right in here when I say coupled with the mid-1990s craze for rearing your own creation? Rearing your own creation. Look, I could be thinking pervertedly or something. Doesn't that sound like, because it's like an AI, or not AI, like a robot girl, like you don't follow that? Because when I says rearing, I don't want to be like perverted or like, you know, foul on stream. I'm saying, wait, like, doesn't it sound like an adult activity, rearing your own creation, when it, like, the way it's saying this, based on the premise of like, because my qualm here is when it says which peaked with Tamagotchi and Pokemon. Rearing your own creation peaked with those two? Do you know what I mean? Daughter complex? Rearing your own creation. Tamagotchi and Pokemon. I'm pretty sure the Pokemon and Video Girl I have very different appeals. I probably won't get to watch the stream when I finally get home, but happy Saturday before Freak here. Yeah! Yeah, gotta watch that, huh? Gotta be on that, huh? Gotta actually see about how that one goes. Tamagotchi? Right? Am I getting that right? My wires getting crossed? What do they mean by that? Rearing your own creation. I don't get it. Let me keep reading. Hold on. Again, they make a self-aware joke. Renamed My Dear Mari for the subtitled version from AD Vision, presumably simply to annoy people compiling encyclopedias. Why would that be annoying? Okay. Yeah, it's a reference to Metropolis. Okay. SMH doesn't even acknowledge Frankenstein child, be it bad raising. Bad dad raising. Yeah. Rearing your own which peaked with Tamagotchi and Pokemon? Excuse me? I'm repeating that over. It still isn't any closer to making sense. Are you trying to say that you're gonna rear your Pokemon and your Tamagotchi? Is that what? Because the kids like it so much, or something? What are you talking about? Are we talking about? Am I? I want to just say it on stream because it's cringe. Rearing, rear end, rearing, rear end, rearing. I think that's what I'm getting. I thought that that sounds like it. That just sounds like what they're trying to say. The 1990s craze of rearing your own creation. Like, I built a robot and now I get to fuck it or something. And it's just like that's where my mind is going. And then they say which peaked with Tamagotchi and Pokemon. I'm like, what? Exactly, they're not your own creation. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? It's just weird. Like, they're a humanoid Pokemon, but like those small little blobs. This isn't even monster ranching. Rear just means raise, as far as I know. Rearing your own creation. Yeah, it's a bigger stretch than animal husbandry. I guess it's still a stretch, but it was an even more extreme stretch of what I was trying when it was making me think. I'm sorry I'm dwelling on this for fucking 10 minutes. Let me actually write this shit down. This is why the page thing would be infeasible, because I'm just reeling for minutes on end being like, what is that? What is that? You know? Oh my god, what? I get it. I'm moving on as soon as I check this. I'm just gonna click on Metal Anjumari. Oh, that actually kind of looks cute. Anyway. Metal Fighters Miku. I've heard of this title, but has anyone ever called it Metal Fighters Miku? Why is it plural? It Metaru Faita Miku. Where are they getting the S from? Do I scrutinize this? Nah, forget it. How do you even get from Video Girl I to Pokemon and Tamagotchi? Digital monsters! Digimon are the champions! Alright. It is genuinely bothering me that they're calling it Metal Fighters Miku. Like, what? And also, shouldn't they abbreviate this to Miku? Because they're trying to take out the tertiary names, you know, like they were talking about. It's not listed as Space Runaway Ideon; it's just called Ideon. But they're going to call this Metal Fighter Miku. Interesting. Metal Fighters. Okay, hey, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, fine, decent. There's not much in particular. They're just kind of describing that wrestling being popular in Japan. Um, and yeah, I'd say there's a positive angle to this one as well. Actually, sharp-eyed fans might be able to see more bubbling beneath the surface than straightforward babes in battle suits. Was Shimbo on Miku? Yeah, he directed it, I think. That's what I thought. I saw it recently-ish. Yeah, and they don't mention Shimbo at all. They do mention that he directed it, but they don't mention it in the article himself that it was directed by Shimbo. Yeah, and no change in this in the third edition. Okay. Metal Jack. They just call it derivative. This next one is Metamorphosis Winds of Change. That just fits in, barely. Let's go. Digest is almost secure. It's a really weird project. Actually, kind of reminds me of a certain other project. Anyway, I'm now interested in this one actually. I'm gonna put the Japanese name Hoshino Orpheus. It's very weirdly ambitious and stuff. And the thing is, they don't really give their opinion. They kind of just square it as the audience thought this. Just interesting, you know. I'd say that was something to take note of. I don't know how to frame this. It's not really their opinion. So they're kind of like, it's a weird case in this particular entry because I feel like they've done this once or twice before, where they don't frame this as their opinion, they frame it as the audience thought that, you know, which gives a little more credibility, and you know, just like audiences at the time thought this and that's why it flopped and stuff, which I think is fair. I think if you take things from newspaper clippings and you take, like, this is what this person said about it, this is what Roger Ebert said about this movie, right? Instead of being like, this movie is crap in the encyclopedia and just making a definitive statement like that, right? That's kind of what Wikipedia does too. When they have a whole section called reception, and then they cite various A&N or other critics and stuff, and it's like it's been listed on this list as one of the worst movies of all time, or this list as one of the best movies of all time. You know, they actually source their opinions. But these guys don't source any because it's their own. That's really interesting, actually. And this is an example of, like, they could have done that. They could have done more of that. Yeah. Interesting. Oh shit! It's Metropolis. They definitely have more to say about this one than the first edition, because I think it just came out in the first edition, or was like planning to come out. Let's see how different it is. Yep, it is already entirely different. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so let me read the first and the third edition. These are completely different entries. These are completely different entries, I think. Here's the first edition's entry for Metropolis. In a giant future city where robots and humans live together, the greatest construction project of all is the monstrous ziggurat. A man is killed in the struggle for power between Duke Red's faction and the black-shirted Marduk party, though on examination the body is found to be an android. Meanwhile, deep in the bowels of the city where the robots labor on behalf of their masters, agitators are trying to incite rebellion among the workers. A private detective on the trail of International Crime Syndicate leader Professor Lawton discovers
that Lawton has secretly been working on a robotics project of his own. Tezuka had not seen Fritz Lang's Metropolis when he wrote the original manga in 1949, but he had seen a picture of its android Maria, which he incorporated into his story. His original Michi, who does not realize she is a robot until later in the story, was far ahead of Blade Runner's Rachel, and it only seems fitting that writer Otomo should add Blade Runner references such as the ziggurat in this modern remake. They do this notation in it, like over here. I don't know if you see this little thing. They do this notation, she, he, with like a slash. Just choose one. Like, what? This notation is like really archaic now, isn't it? I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on this sort of thing. But I don't see that ever. I feel like there's something kind of transphobic about that. Is that weird to say? Just choose one? What are their pronouns? Or just go with they? I don't know. S/he for the original could change sex at the touch of a button. They. Just go with they then. Was also a forerunner for Tezuka's Astro Boy. Yeah. That's all they say about this movie. That's it. Yeah, I don't even think they got the plot right, to be honest with you. That is really... But that's fair, because this movie hadn't come out yet by the time they wrote this book. I would like if they talked more about audience reception. Yeah. James Cameron likes Metropolis. He's, quote, on all the DVDs and Blu-rays as far as I know. Yeah. Okay, let's read their new entry, which is completely different. Japanese detective Shunsaku Ban arrives in the megacity Metropolis accompanied by his nephew Kenichi. Their mission to arrest renegade scientist Dr. Lawton. But Lawton has friends in high places. He's been hidden away by the industrialist Duke Red, who wants him to create the final part of his ziggurat super-sized skyscraper, a living robot who can rule the world from the throne secretly installed in its heights. Yeah, spoilers for Metropolis, but anyway, what else is new? Of course. While the Japanese visitors look for Lawton, Red's embittered stepson Rock hunts him for his own reasons, while Red's agents encourage the impoverished human city dwellers to revolt against their masters. When Dr. Lawton is killed, his robot creation, Tima, goes on the run. Yeah, Michi, it's Tima in this one. Goes on the run through the warrens of the city, unaware of who or what she really is. Osamu Tezuka began work on Metropolis when he was 15, and when it was published in 1949, he was only just out of his teens. Although he had not seen Fritz Lang's movie of the same name, he was inspired by a magazine article about it, including an image of the movie's famous robot woman, Maria. He wondered what life would be like in a city of the future where robots could do all the work, compared to Armitage III. Postulating a disaffected underclass of jobless humans open to suggestion from anarchist agitators. Metropolis was the middle part of a sci-fi manga trilogy. Yes, it was. Beginning with Tezuka's manga Lost World, in which Shunsaku and Kenichi were searching for energy-bearing meteorites and stranded on Earth's rogue twin planet. After Metropolis, they would return in the Cold War thriller Next World, in 1951, in which the Earth is threatened by a giant dust cloud. The character of Tima, nicknamed Michi in the original, was an early tryout for Tezuka's most famous creation, the super robot Astro Boy. So I think that is they even tweaked that. That bit is included in the original, but it's not worded the same way. This is basically completely rewritten. Mixing elegant computer graphics with the squat, cartoony characters of Tezuka's original, Metropolis is an excellent introduction, not only to Japan's greatest manga artist, but also the latest developments in anime. The crew is simply stellar, with direction by X the Movie's Rintaro. X the Movie, huh? You're gonna refer to that one? All right, sure. And other jobs filled by Hiroyuki Okiura, Yoshiaki Kawajiri, and Kunihiko Sakurai. Almost everyone who is anyone in the anime business seems to have been involved. The film even credits Devilman creator Go Nagai as a guest voice actor. And the director himself moonlights as a bass clarinetist in the jazz band. Of particular note is screenwriter Katsuhiro Otomo, who, like all manga artists, owes an incredible debt to Tezuka, and one which he openly acknowledged with a dedication that closed the Akira manga, dropped from the English release. Wow, I didn't know that it was dropped from the English release. That's really interesting. In Metropolis, we see many similarities. A city held for ransom by a terrorist group secretly funded by a corrupt politician, a great construction venture with a hidden purpose, and a child unaware it has the power to destroy the world. Metropolis also shares Akira's explosive finale, involving the film was originally scheduled for an American release in late 2001, but was delayed several months after the September 11th terrorist attacks. Added for this movie version is a tip of the hat to Blade Runner, in the form of Duke Red's Ziggurat skyscraper. In the original manga, the secret project was to control the proliferation of sunspots and solar flares, which only a small vestige remains in the movie. Metropolis is a sumptuous film, loaded with homages to Fritz Lang and Tezuka himself, best displayed by a title sequence of an airship flying over a fireworks display in the city while a jazz party gets into full swing. It is an evocative window into the work of manga's greatest artist, retaining both his childlike character designs and his bitingly serious plotting. Even in Tezuka's own lifetime, many anime adaptations of his work tried to have one without the other. Suspiciously, it also contains a lot of CG work, similar to early footage from Otomo's long-delayed Steam Boy project. Was this a way of realizing some of the costs for that other movie? Ironically, some of the computer graphics seem to come at the expense of more traditional techniques. Certain painted cell backgrounds lack the three-dimensional immediacy of their CG counterparts, and end up looking just like, well, paintings. What a weird criticism. In 1949, Tezuka closed his Metropolis manga with a question: will mankind destroy itself by developing technology too far? One could well ask the same of the anime industry. As in the earlier Macross Plus, there is something ironic in a film that questions the value of new technology when so much of its production rests upon it. Are they really trying to silently condemn Metropolis' use of CG with that? That's kind of weird. Okay. Much better article, though. That was a really good read. I'm going to put that as a good one. As expected, though, because, Helen is a Tezuka scholar, you know? So I think that was great. It also shows a lot of growth from 2001 to now. Because I feel like they would have probably known about, it's adapting the middle part of that Lost World trilogy. But they didn't even put that in the first edition either. I was really happy to see that in this article. That's what boomers used to write instead of using singular they, because it was more grammatically correct. Wait, did they mention Armitage again? Yeah, they did. I thought the CG in Metropolis looked great. I never registered that it was CG, to be honest with you. I think it was one of the earliest anime movies I watched, and it's unbelievable. And it doesn't matter if they use CG at all, because the cell animation is some of the best. It's a kind of a dying. It's interesting too, because it really comes at this era, like the end of the life of CG of cell animation. It's a kind of a passing of the torch moment. I like to think so, at least. It seems that way. 'Cause the fucking the cell in that is incredible. Yeah, good article. Yeah. But I'm gonna make sure I write that was entirely changed. Among other things. They're a pretty good article, honestly. I don't think I have any real qualms with that. Not enough to really write down in the auth section or anything. Yeah. I'll move on then. That was good. That was good though. Miami Guns. Oh, Mezzo is a new article as well. So 2001. There it is, Miami Guns. Okay. This feels like a backhanded compliment, to be honest with you. Oh, they did add based on the manga by this person in the third edition. Yeah. The stuff that held onto cells in the 2000s all look really good. Yeah, like really peak shit. Fucking Astro Boy 03 apparently looks immaculate. That's like one of the last productions, which is cool. That's also a really cool touchstone, to be honest. Yeah, this is a weird comment. I think I'm gonna go. I don't know what they call it. Yeah. See, I don't know if this is a. I don't know if this is a like. I feel like lumping these shows together is altogether dismissive. Just this practice is really like stupid. It's just very reductive. Series with all the depth of your under arrest, all the originality of air gaze, and all the realism of Mad Bull 34. They just rattle off a bunch of other cop shows they know. I'm assuming Ehrgeiz is a. I'm gonna look that one up. I've just read the synopsis on Anime News Network. I don't know where they're getting Ehrgeiz from. For Miami Guns? What? But it's just reductive, like boiling all these shows down together for no discernible reason. Like the only reason they're doing this is again this habit and prerogative of having to link other shows together to link them to different shows and stuff. You know, just kind of annoying. Microid S. Also, wait, what did they say about Ehrgeiz? Let me just look at the article again. Blatant Gundam ripoff. The production may well have been dumped into the graveyard shift as a cheaper alternative to video. Certainly there is no adult content to otherwise justify its broadcast time. Supposedly amusingly referential and parodic, but really just plain dull. Ugh. Savage. Maya the Bee. Huh. Never heard of her, guys. But You're Under Arrest is good and Mad Bull is hilarious. I'm sold. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But, like, I heard incredibly good things about You're Under Arrest. Like, very good things. And then when it says all the depth of You're Under Arrest, it makes me think that they don't like that show either. Because I've seen my roommate, like, not my current roommate, but like when I was in college, the only memory I have of Miami Guns is that my college roommate somehow was watching it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I only know this show because of iCatch compilations on YouTube. Oh yeah, how's that just coming along? It is exporting right now. Media Encoder is like saying it's not done, but it's like full, and it's just doing the last part. It's just sealing the deal as you know, as it does, as Media Encoder does. But as soon as it's ding, it's out the oven, I'll throw it up on YouTube. I am looking forward to watching You're Under Arrest for sure, especially the movie. I've heard really good things, animation wise. Yeah, Microid S. Dude, I still have to do the 3rd edition after this. This is so much. Okay, Microid S. Okay, very banal description and a little factoid about why it's called S and not Z, Microid Z. The initial letter was changed to S at the insistence of the show's sponsor, Seiko Watches. Cool. Best part is the OVAs and the beach volleyball episode. The movie kind of feels like the Palais Pro 2 movie light. Okay, I'm down. Also, when do you want to watch Sailor Moon again? I don't know if it was those group watches or getting it. There's something. I don't think it was the group watches. I don't want to blame the group watches at all. But like these past 2 weeks, I severely lost the plot with that watch. I was watching. My anime is like watching is very up in a mess right now too. Like I'm a mess basically. My work isn't a mess. I'm doing my shit, but I can't do other things that are recreational because I take so much time to it. And I'm also just don't get up early enough in the morning. I'm slow. I'm doing these other things. I'm distracted and sucks. I'm just not doing great. Anyway, no, but basically with the group magical girl shit, it's just too much. I'm watching way too much. I want to work on this fucking Naruto video, and I haven't all week. Because I have to do other things, and things come up, and so it's another Sunday coming up, and I'm behind again. I didn't watch any, so I don't know. I don't know when I'm watching more. Sorry. If I'm watching more, I will spontaneously. I don't want to schedule anything. I'll let you know. But I'm not. It sucks. But no, again, but like I finished Trigun. I'm watching Kill la Kill once a day, one episode a day or whatever, and Kill la Kill once a day, and I finished Manga Sekai. I put it on hold. I got to the part where I want to start. What's going on, Rekka? Oh, good to see you, Amy back when. Hi, I'm already. I should rewatch You're Under Arrest. I still need to finish watching the rest of Dirty Pair. Yeah, Amy back when. Yeah, it's great seeing you, Rekka. Sorry to hear that. Take care of yourself. Yeah, I feel that. So that's so I can go maybe make time in my schedule because progress on the video is going well. Just go on ahead. I think what I'm gonna do with my video stuff is I'm gonna just work on the Naruto video when I can, and that's gonna be the next thing that comes out, regardless of what other ideas I have in mind. And once that video is done and finally out, I'll try to work on the other videos, the 3rd installment, slowly, as I want to work on the funny faces, but I also have this other video project in mind. It's like a 2-part video at this point, because it's kind of it would be something I put on my second channel, and then that I can try to get this spiral out of the whole thing, and then also talk about Manga Sekai because I really want to in an actual official capacity. So I think that's the next project I want to do. Digest is done. Ding. Awesome. Trigun and Kill la Kill. Yeah, like I finished Trigun. It was good. I do want to watch Stampede at this point. The new one. And then I'm doing pretty good with Kill la Kill. I really like it. And you know me. Of course, every time I watch that show, I had this idea before I watched this effing show. But I had the thought of Kill la Kill doing a similar video as my Gurren Lagann one, except, first of all, not going to be 2 hours, not going to be as thorough at all, because I'm not expecting this through line and this like really deeper meaning and everything, and I don't have the time anymore. So it's going to be more of like a truncated version and sort of just more of an abbreviated idea, because I very clearly see similar things going on in Kill la Kill that I did in Gurren Lagann that I want to talk about, that I think would be interesting. But they would be very abridged. Very short. But I also have to watch those properties because I do not want to speak for this piece of media that I haven't seen. I just refuse that. I just do not want to do that. I don't want to make that a habit. No way. So I would have to watch this other stuff that most, like 3 of the 4 things I would say that this is kind of referencing, I haven't experienced any media for. So, but of course that's a thing in my head now that I'm watching this fucking show. And that'll be years down the line or something. I don't know. It's content stuff, man. It's too much. Got to some of your quotes in it. Oh, good. What's up, guys? Last time I saw you do one of these, I was working 7 days a week. Now I'm down to only 3. All right. I hope that's a good thing and not like a... I imagine it's less stress, because if you're working 7 days a week, that's just like, ugh, absurd, you know? So I hope that's doing good for you, Rekka. It's really good seeing you. What happened to the Dirty Pair Kickstarter? Yeah. We'll see. I don't know about that. It's not my thing. I don't know. Those are me. Cool if you want to help with anything, let me know. Oh yeah, I forgot you're doing Digest only monthly. When's that coming out? Yeah, thank you. I just finished making it, so I'm going to upload it right now. Which, you know, YouTube, it's going to take a little while. Rendering and looking through shit. It just takes forever now, especially for how long these things are. Especially this one. This is also really long. But I won't yeah, I probably will anyway. But check out the end of this video, the digest coming out in the next day or two. The end of the video, I talk about some stuff. I want some feedback. I guess I could ask for feedback here now, but I've been talking just generally for a while. I've done 4 pages, so like, you know, but it's because we skipped like half of the page, like pretty much an entire page because the memories was already done. Whatever. But I want feedback about the monthly digest. I don't know if I should do it anymore. Or I mean by I should go back to weekly. Because I don't get as much engagement. I don't feel like I get as much like feedback, comments. It's because I'm talking about these videos very old and like way after the fact, not as recently. I feel like a week was kind of a good sweet spot where it wasn't like completely forgotten by people. I feel like people just kind of forget about digest if it's monthly. It also is just a real burden for me to make when it's monthly because I save all the videos. I don't want to just watch the videos as they come out during the month because I'm going to forget and I'm just going to have to watch them again. And that's just more time that I spend on it, in my opinion. So it's, you know, but then it's just too many videos. It's way too many. So it's really tough right now. Bi-weekly, maybe bi-weekly. I could try that, yeah. Congrats on the Etsy store, man. I need to make some more patches for that, but busy with vids lately. I think weekly's good because a lot of people get missed out on, or bi-weekly. Yeah, just take your time. Yeah. I don't know. I have to figure it out. Anywho. What did I do with Miami Guns? Yeah, I wrote pretty much what I wanted. Microwaves was nothing. Sorry I didn't write microid S on that. Why not do what makes you feel the best? Yeah, no. I just want to. I also want audience feedback, but you're right. It is ultimately what I want to do. I think it's week. I think I have to go back to weekly. Bi-weekly could be good. I don't know. I think I've done there's been times where I've no digest this week or whatever, and so I would try to catch up, and it would have a similar problem where they were especially kind of long and a lot. So I feel like even though I do it every week and some weeks are dry, like there's not much to talk about, that's just a good thing, and I could just make the digest 10 minutes or something. Like I should be okay with that, and just be at peace. Maybe take the good when it comes or something. I don't know. I gotta feel that out though. Yeah. Personally, I like the monthly setup where you have to actually watch the segment to see what the general reaction is instead of the rankings. Yeah. I could go to weekly and then skip and then just drop the not good, decents, and bests. But I also feel like that structure was kind of an appealing thing for people. I wonder if I could make a poll about that too, about whether I should bring the rankings back, because I felt they were pretty arbitrary otherwise. Especially with between decent and best, which is kind of whatever. But I do like having the not good at the beginning, and then having kind of the best video at the end. It gives it an actual arc, you know. It'd be fun to be able to do like what you did with that one trash taste video and go full reaction. That would take way more time. I think it would take way more of my time, and I wouldn't react to as many videos. I would also feel like that trash taste one turned out good, that I felt comfortable posting it, but I at the moment I just feel like if I want to be genuine, I want it to be an actual genuine first reaction and not like a post reaction. I feel like a lot of these reaction videos actually end up being like you watch a little bit first, or you've watched it already and you're just reacting again because you already know what you already know what you're gonna say. But it's to me, the reaction content can be very up in the air, so I don't know. I'm unsure about that one. I've also thought about streaming digest, but again, I would feel like it would be more meandering like this. Like currently I'm streaming and I'm not really doing much progress with the actual thing I'm trying to do with the stream. I'm not as laser focused, I guess. But that's because I like talking with you guys in this format. You know, it's unique. Weekly does filter things out, which isn't that great. What isn't that great doesn't get talked about, and the best of the best undeniably stand out. Yeah, and then monthly filters that out even more, I would say. I skip out on a lot of videos, or watch some and then don't put them in because I don't have anything to say. The rants in some of the old ones were pretty funny and constructive. Right? Yeah, like I want to return to that, even though it pains me. And I still have those rants in some of the monthly digests, but it got so excessive in some of those cases. You could just watch the video when it's available and record yourself afterwards and save and compile later. Yeah, that could be it. Bob, you might be right. It would be something I really have to be aware of, and maybe watch something like keep tab on the video, and then like if I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm like, all right, I just watched this video and and maybe it's like that. I could try that. I might. You know what? I really like that idea. I think I might try that. I'm gonna forget it. Just you wait. I'm gonna forget. I'll also see about feedback in the comments of this video. Hopefully, maybe also on Twitter or something. But yeah, I'm thinking that could be the play. Because the real slog with digest is watching all the videos in that chunk. So I think that might help me. Streaming digest could be really good, especially with videos you have more to say about. The thing with digest is that like I really do say as much as I can think of at the time. But you're right, with streaming it, I could. But also, you'll probably get a lot of my more not as well thought out knee-jerk reactions. And I might dwell on some things a little longer that I don't need to be dwelling that long on. I don't know. Tough. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to try with Bob's approach, though, his suggestion. I also think that's the play, so you remember more about the video, too. Yeah, that's more fresh in my mind. But I'm still waiting. I think the real, actual approach is to watch the video and actually take notes, regardless of whether I think it's good or not, and then record the video right afterwards, and then just take that, you know? Probably something like that. Yeah, we'll see. And he was sorry for taking forever on Digest. I'm sure everyone who's watching this is, familiar with Digest and would be interested in me talking about it, so I guess it's fine. But still, don't want to dwell on it forever. I want to finish. Let's go to Microman. See, that was decent. Okay, so that one, this is based on a toy series, like a toy line that was from the 80s, and it kind of was as a fad and everything, but then came back in 1999 as like a tie-in with video game stuff. That had very little judgment to that, because the thing with this book, they have such a stigma about something being based on toys. Oh, it's just for a toy. It's just based on a toy or something. I don't know. I've gotten that vibe from a lot of their entries. It's just a toy line thing. Like Dismissive, literally, like earlier was this exact thing. Armor and Weaponry achieved its main aim of selling toys for the show's sponsors in this derivative Sunrise show that marries parts of Patlabor and Eighth Man to RoboCop. Blah, 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 blah. But this one, like, they were actually like, this is actually kind of cute, where it's like all the figures were upgraded to Magna Power status, so they could not only use a table as a base, but also stick to the fridge and explore the rest of the kitchen, to infinity and beyond. Like, that's fine, that's fair. I think it's being honest, not having a bias or a slant to it, or like this tone. Did I cover Jack's video? You can clip this. You could probably no, but unfortunately, I did check out Jack's Rent a Girlfriend video, and I was enjoying it, but I I think I watched to the end of it, and I didn't really. I was like, yeah, okay. I just didn't feel like there was anything different or special about this particular video that was like that I haven't said about his other videos before. And there's probably the case where there's some other videos like that I talked about on Digest that I didn't probably have to talk about maybe, but it was specific things that I was able to articulate that I could be like, yeah, something I noticed about this video, or stuff that I wanted to mention. But Jack was one of those vids that I did watch, I did enjoy, I did like, but I just didn't have anything to say, unfortunately, so apologies. I know he doesn't upload it often, so I felt bad, but yeah. It was I did check it out though. Stream Digest could be, yeah. Honestly, what Bob, yeah. Oh, what Bob suggested was how I thought you did Digest before. Really? No. No. And what he's saying is also would be good because then I can watch them as they come out, like more recently, and then I can just kind of release them all as compile them at the end of the month. I could be like, I just watched this video and stuff. But no, that's all one session. It's always been one session, if not two, because of whatever circumstance. I also think that's the play. So yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So I mean, that was a decent art. I actually want to give that one a good because I just want to like. Is an example of things that they could, because I think the strongest arguments that I'm going to be able to make when it comes to this book is that I can point to certain instances in the very same book where this approach could be. I'm not just being like, I wish it was like this. It was never like this. I can point to other examples. I'm like, this happens very often, but but here's an example where it's like you should have done more of this, you know. I mean, that's how I thought you did it when you first started, because that's what I think I would do. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, well, it's an hour 40. Do I go to Midnight Pan? It's a big article. Okay, how many pages I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 effing pages. Ugh. You know what? If I did these last 2 pages, if I just kept going over 2 hours, and besides, I have to wait for effing Digest to render anyway, and it's probably going to take that long. It's literally still at 41%, you know? Yeah, I think I'm going to keep going until the Digest is like done, and we'll see if we can get these last 2 pages. I'm going to crank this, okay? So I'm sorry, I'm going to go a little quick this one. So that way, I can finish these 2 pages, and that way I have 12 pages left, which means I can do this in 3 more weeks. Because I try to do 4 pages-ish a week. It's just not a good pace for me. I thought I could do more pages per week, and I could get this done much faster. But obviously it's like, you know, sometimes I get really crazy about these particular things. Let me see what I don't know what I'm going to run into in these next 2 pages, because I got Midnight Panther, Midori Yamahai, I know that one. Mighty Orbots, I know that one. It's Mighty Space Miners, I know that one. Mikan's Diary, Milk House Dreaming, Milky Passion, Millennium Actress, Miracle Giants, and Miracle Girls. That's it. And we're going to get through those. Okay. Ooh, let's do it. I want to get a bar. I want to eat something. Like I'm hungry. But yeah. I did put Manga Sekai on hold. Not because, you know, I do want to watch the rest of it at some point, but at this point, there's no Madhouse. There's no more Dazaki. There's no more Kawajiri. There's no more Harada. There's no more cool shit. It's just and I put them in different folders at this point. So like, I don't want to show the folder exactly, but display capture. Yeah. Oh. And like that. And display capture should be up here. Gotta have a better. I never set up a better setup for this. These were the great ones. 1A, fantastic. 1B, Dazaki. 2B, Kawajiri, great, really funny. 6B, this particular artist had a couple. I don't know why I'm doing this now. Why did I do this? Oh, it's because I was eating. Just look at the cool things while I'm eating. So you're gonna do all the other editions after you finish this? Huh? Yeah, so I'm skipping the second edition because it's just the middle child. I'm sure there's some differences that could be interesting, but I'm not. It's too much. So I'm just comparing the first and the third edition. So I have 14 pages left of this first edition of letter M. And then when I'm done with those 14 pages, I go back in and just read the third edition entries. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go to the next letter. It's so much, Bob. It's so much. It's way too much. It was fine. I was actually kind of at a decent pace at the formula that I had. But it was just, there was a week that I wouldn't do it, and I was just more rigid and stuff. I don't know. I gotta try to figure something else out. I don't think streaming like this while reading it is the most effective for me. It's fun. But it's kind of what I was expecting. Where progress would be slow. Here's the ones that I thought were good. This is screen caps of different episodes that I thought were good episodes. I think that one was good. Wait a minute. I distinctly remember that one being mediocre. Get the fuck out of here. I'm only doing this because I'm eating. I don't just want to sit here. That's great. I love that shot. Yeah. For some reason, they did 3 episodes of this shit. 3, like, not even consecutive. Just, like, sporadic. They just kept going back to the story, the same characters and world, and just doing different antics with them. And it's like, was there really that much? Why that one of all these other incredible stories? Granted, the best stories are the ones that are self-contained and just encapsulated things, and there's nothing left to say. But like, yeah, they return to it again later. It's like, why? Yeah, a third time? Like, why? Who cares? Like, it's fine. It wasn't a bad short, but it's like weird. Really? really good postcard memory in this one. That was a good one. Yeah, Ultraman reference for Son Goku. And yeah, okay. Anywho, sorry to pollute the stream again with Manga Sekai. This series is taking over my brain, you see. So I can't wait to make this video and then get it out of my brain and move on. I'm so lazy with reading that if I even have to click read more on a comment, I send it to an AI reader. Fuck, what? Really? So I don't read anything longer than like 10 seconds and 10 sentences unless they're a personal friend. Yeah, okay. No, I get that. I think that's a good management of your time. I certainly don't have that constraint. After all, I'm a slave to Twitter. Anyway, I'm going to fucking go ham with this reading now. And it could take me over 2 hours, but it'll be fine. Yeah, I got plenty of time. Jesus. Alright. It's probably going to be a lot of me of not saying anything, so sorry. Oh! Already? Okay, Midnight Milk Party was just moved earlier. Or... I think this is a new entry. I think it's a hentai they just entered in after the fact. Like, oh, we forgot Midnight Milk Party. Oh no! I think they deadass just added a new hentai from 1999 that they forgot. Like, oh, we gotta put that back in. I'm just double checking that they didn't just move it from somewhere else. Peek. Picomon. Oh, nope, it's right here. Yep, Midnight Milk Party for $2.99. Okay, yeah, they did move it. Thank goodness. That would have been funny. It used to be called Pikamon's, yeah, Pikamon's Devil Training. Okay. Right up. That. Okay. Changed, moved.
Okay. Cool caps from Manga Sekai aren't pollution, they're sprinkles on the ice cream. Thanks. That is very encouraging. Thank you. Much appreciated. You know, funny, this whole stream, like, I remember for weeks it was my AMV. And that's what's behind here right now, actually. I never took it off. It's my compilate. It's the media source is the entire full stitch of my 20-minute AMV thing. This one's a good one. Anyway, that's what the video captured. Media source. It's this one. Sorry. Where did I go? Yes, okay. Jesus! That's awful! I mean, look, this one's a little deserved, because they just described the... Oh, no! I'm just gonna put... They actually add more. Hold on, I just realized they add more. They changed they got her name wrong. And then they say her travails do not end there. 4 months later. Oh, it's the worst. This fucking hentai, man. Saite.
added more synopsis, corrected her name. Actually, it's like the original. Her name used to be in this one. It's called Chino Chino, and here it's Akiho Chino. Yeah. I didn't change the now reading. Of course I didn't. Yay. No, but this, another of anime's more distasteful offerings. It is really bad. You can look it up yourself if you want. Midnight Milk, or probably not because it's hentai. Teenager Akiho Chino wants to have an adventure before she leaves her school days behind, so she auditions for a role in a schoolgirl porn video, believing that her performance will be of a wholly solo nature. However, when she reaches the set, she is R-word on camera. And then the third edition adds, her travails do not end there. 4 months later, her boss at the restaurant where she now works as a waitress has discovered the video and is blackmailing her to be a slave for himself and his friend. That is so awful. That just sounds like misery, dude. Like, that's so bad. But like the fact that they can describe that, I don't know if that's on the box or they watched it. But the fact they're giving their opinion, I mean, I wouldn't mind if they're giving their opinion on the thing that if they haven't seen this. I wouldn't mind it. I would also say that's incredibly distasteful. That's so sick. Sick in a bad way. I usually say sick in a positive light. Not this time. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the worst. Yeah, that's really bad. Jeez. Just sounds like misery. And I'm laughing and smiling, like, out of discomfort. I'm looking at myself on camera, I'm like, I look awful. Like, I should be like, oh, repulsed. And, like, yeah, I am. Hi, Shapes. Good to see you, Pete. But, yeah, God. Oh, let's move on. Where am I? Midnight Panther? Yes. Okay. For some reason, they speak forever about this one, so let's find out. What? They just described like a whole backstory in like the synopsis, and then they go, but very little of the above backstory is included in the anime, confusing the hell out of many US viewers. Meanwhile, ... Huh? What? Oh, of course. I say I'm gonna blitz through this and it's not gonna be that easy. Of course. I'm just gonna read this whole thing. What on earth? Okay. During the interdimensional apocalypse of 1999, Kate Sinclair is killed by a dragon from a parallel world. Her biotechnician lover, David Owen, tries to restore her life, conferring a kind of immortality on himself by continual cloning. 2 centuries later, an Owen clone finally finds a way. Inspired by his muse, the exotic dancer Panther, he combines Kate's DNA with a wildcat's. The experiment is a success, but the Kate creature kills her former lover. Panther, however, falls in love with the new her and begins murdering humans to bring her fresh meat. 100 years later, after that, so we're now 300 years since 1999, the aged Panther runs her own cartel of assassins, one of whom is the pretty granddaughter of the long-dead Kate. But very little of the above backstory is included in the anime, confusing the hell out of many US viewers.
What? Nani?
Meanwhile, only boys may rule the Blue Dragon Kingdom, which is why Princess Lokish's gender is kept secret, even from Crown Prince Bad. But Bad fears that Lokish will become the royal favorite and plots to kill his brother anyway. Thrown from the battlements and left for dead, Lokish is found by an old witch and soon becomes part of her traveling minstrel troupe, the Pussycats. She loses all memories of her previous life and of her brother's evil deeds. He now exists only as an idolized figure in her dreams. In fact, the Pussycats are a trio of assassins who use their mutual musical talents as a cover. The spells woven to nurse the half-drowned Lou back to health... Lukish? Yeah, okay. Back to health, have wrought some strange side effects. While she may look like a sexy young wench, her exposure to dragon's blood has left her with superhuman strength and virtual invulnerability, though nothing has prepared her for the shocks she will have in her next mission, which is to assassinate Prince Bad himself.
Excuse me? That is two different anime. What is going on? What is going on? What the fuck is this?
Yu Asagiri's complex manga tale of incestuous family ties across generations is compressed into a 60-minute sword and sorcery sex romp. At the end of all of this, it's a hentai, but like, the plot of this is absurd. Without the long backstory, viewers of the anime are instead thrown into the deep end with the story of Little Lou. The titular Panther is actually the nameless, zany old crone who saves her young life. This is a pity because Midnight Panther, despite all appearances to the contrary, is not the bastard offspring of a short-lived erotic computer game, but the culmination of an artist's lifelong obsession with love, desire, and obsession itself. A terrible adaptation of a light-hearted sex manga, unleashed upon the English language market with little attempt to explain its origins, and an awful dub to boot.
What the fuck?
This is exactly why this is taking me forever. Forever! I will be doing this for years. Because I'm basically getting the entire... like, every little thing. Every fucking thing as a story. And it's all a matter of what they put into this. Apparently, they know the whole context of Midnight Panther, which I'm gonna double check here. First of all, I have to check if it's actual. Yeah, there's no differences. It doesn't seem. I lightly scrolled, but it doesn't seem like to be any difference. But like, okay, so I looked at the Wikipedia, and the top blurb says the article has multiple issues. Please help improve it. It's a hentai manga. 4 volumes from 1994 to 1997. English publisher. It had an English publisher by Central Park Media. The manga was released in English. Both the manga and anime were licensed by Anime 18. So, it's a pity because despite all appearances to the contrary, is not the bastard offspring of a short-lived erotic computer game, but the culmination of an artist's lifelong obsession with love, desire, and obsession itself. Okay. Okay. So Yu Asagiri has done a lot of works. A lot of shoujo manga, josei manga, boys love. This is a whole... And actually, Midnight Panther is the only one listed, at least in this article here. Wait, what? 23 volumes? This is listed here as 23 volumes, and then the wiki has multiple issues because it's not 4 volumes. It ran from 1994 to 1997, 23 volumes, which is much more significant. What on earth? I'm gonna search the katakana for it. Wait. What's the real story here? You've got to be kidding me. Now I go to the Japanese wiki for it. I'm sorry I'm all doing this off camera too. It's not like I don't want to show anything that I don't want to accidentally because I'm dealing with a hentai manga apparently. But like, yeah, 20, exactly what Greg said. I think we realized that. I think you posted this as I saw it. The Japanese one says 23 episodes, so chapters. So it's her bio that's wrong. It is 4 volumes. Now says the manga is shonen. They really hate the computer games, huh? Yeah, I know. This sounds insane. But no, I think they have the thing completely wrong. When I read their synopsis of it, I am more baffled, include the backstory. I am whiplash. I could actually follow their description of the OVA easier than this fucking clone shit and like where all this is coming from. What? I feel like the backstory confuses it even more. I can't believe this. Can I just end the stream now, please? It's ruined. This happened like 2 weeks ago, right? With fucking Misquidon. Right towards the end of the stream, I was like, I'll read one more. And then it just was a whiplash of something. And maybe I'm not making a big deal out of it, but like, what on earth? What on earth? Oh, and I don't want to like. Greg, you're not gonna believe this. So Mal says it's a shonen. Her bio says it's the josei. The wiki for the English wiki for Midnight Panther says it's a seinen. Where was it published, guys? Monthly Comic Nora. It doesn't have a page. It just doesn't exist. There's a whole story to be told about this author. She did a lot of different series, and they're all like 1 to 4 volumes. She doesn't have like a main one. It looks like she has a main one because this says 23 volumes, but it's not. It's chapters. It's 4 volumes. This is what I mean by like just these numbers and shit. I just want to fucking pick the thing up, and this is just what? This is one OVA. Every anime has a story. They're all complicated. History, production history, everything. This shit's endless. Which is like It's like staring into the void. But I mean, who doesn't like staring into the void? Oh man, what on earth? I'm wiped from that, to be honest with you. I gotta finish. I actually have to write everything. So negative. Yeah, negative for this OVA. Positive for the manga, I guess. But Midnight Panther. Terrible adaptation of a light-hearted sex manga. Awful little attempt. Yeah, awful dub to boot. And here's the crazy fucking thing. I don't know where this is coming from. Did they release it with the manga or not? Because it apparently was released in English. Like what? What are they gonna? What are you saying? Does that change in the 3rd edition? Maybe. Let me double check. Yeah, it's confusing the hell out of Midnight viewers. Yeah, unleashed upon the English language market with little attempt to explain its origins. Even though they definitely released the manga. I don't even want to say definitely. I don't know if they did. Apparently they did. What the hell? Yeah, it sounds like you're torturing yourself. It can. I'm fascinated. I'm more like, what is this thing? You know? But I'm torturing myself more for the fact that this is a big project and I just am looking at the end goal. And I'm not enjoying the journey. Because I think the journey is longer than I was anticipating. It was a bigger journey than I was expecting. And that's what's torturing about it. But I think I'm just more floored. Because it was literally the first one that I was like, I'm going to read 2 more pages, you guys. We're going to fly through them. And I got hit with a wall of like, what the hell is this? And there's so much to say about this article. The needless bashing of the erotic games. Yeah, let me just write them all down. It's just, there's so much to say about this. Of like, where do I start? Very little. Yeah. Above backstory is included in the anime, confusing the hell out of many US viewers. Meanwhile, and I never changed the effing title again. Again. Microman. It's supposed to be about Midnight fucking Panther. God damn it. Sorry. I don't want to complain as much. I don't want to be whiny. Where was I at? It's not like a erotic computer game. It's a cool manga. It's a hentai manga. It's a sex manga. And not to belittle it, but I'm more belittling the fact that, like, you're literally elevating one medium over another. You're just like, oh, this one's a pity erotic sex game. Not like my cool sex manga. Do you know what I mean? Do you see the weirdness of the kind of... I'm not trying to trip it. Like, I'm sure it's an interesting... I don't think you sold it very well, to be honest with you. I don't think I'm certainly... I guess I am interested, I guess. I guess. In a baffling sense. What the hell is going on? What is it? The fact that it's like an artist's lifelong obsession with love, desire, and obsession itself. Complex manga tale of incestuous family ties across generations. For lighthearted sex manga. What? Okay, so I found a table of contents for the December 1994 issue of Monthly Comic Nora, and Midnight Panther is in there. It is listed as a seinen. Gotcha. Thank you for doing that diving. Wow. I have to see whether I really need that context or not. Oh, you're missing the context. You know what I have the vibe of? You know what I mean? The more I was typing this and more I was realizing. There's a possibility that this was written by someone other than Clements and McCarthy. This is like one of their guest authors. It's like, oh, you know this story. And like, let me tell it. Oh, this was a terrible adaptation. And they're kind of blowing it out of proportion almost. Because it's like they're one of their favorites. And I don't want to... That does sound like I'm trivializing it. I kind of am, and I apologize. I don't mean to come off that way. I think it's just more like... This definitely caught my attention, and it's spending all this time reeled by it. Like, completely... All my attention... You know, wow. And so maybe it does its job in that case, and I think that's commendable. Certainly gets me interested in this OVA, but perhaps not in the way I think... Perhaps not in the most efficient method, I guess. I don't know, it just was very, like, okay. Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna finally... I honestly think that wiped me out. I think I think I'm gonna... Look, I hate that, you know... What's your current BGM? I linked it at the beginning of the stream, but I'll link it again. That just now was from Steel Harbinger. But this is a mix called Cold Steel. And it's got Pat Labor OST, Blade Runner, Metroid, Metal Gear Solid, Deus Ex. A lot of different stuff. Pretty cool mix. Yeah, that really wiped me out, to be honest with you. It's like 9:15 for me. I really hate to just end it like that. I don't know how else it was going to end. Oh, thanks. Reminded me of Mortal Kombat soundtrack. Nice. Yeah. I do hate to end it there, but it's just that particular song is something familiar. Yeah. Yeah, I really gotta reconsider what I'm doing with
with this project. The same with my. Well, it's just multiple. It's just the Naruto thing is taking me fucking forever and further complicating it and everything. I'm sure this is compelling, the same way I thought Tea Boom was compelling with his stuff, which is unfortunate because like very shortly after I posted that digest, he had stopped streaming and hasn't posted anything in a while because he made an update post on YouTube's community tab that he got a couple of community strikes, not community strikes, I think copyright strikes or claims, and he also got diagnosed with skin cancer. So that really sucks, and I'm really hoping for the best for him, and I get why he's not streaming, where he's taking a break or a load, I don't know. I'm really hoping he's doing okay. But yeah. What if you just did this offline, then streamed just to hang out? Seems like you'd be more productive, though we were answering interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. I do like capturing these sorts of baffling things on stream. But, because it's always very after the fact, and I always feel like the reason I converted it to this was because I felt I was spending double the time first reacting to it initially, then writing it down, and then doing it again on stream, just kind of having a similar recounting of that reaction. You know? Who are you talking about? Tiabu. Put it in chat. This guy, I talked about him on my end of year digest of creators I was really interested in and really enjoyed their content for. He's a reaction channel, but he does really in-depth, creative and thoughtful, insightful impressions and reactions, and very close with his community, and started doing this different thing with like daily streams and just kind of talk about stuff in a way that was very substantive and fascinating. He was a really, really interesting creator to follow. And so I'm just hoping for the best for him. I was considering going onto his Patreon just to pay for his Patreon. Just, you know, obviously I want to support him because it's like, you know, he did make a difference. The content did matter to me, so I do want to symbolically show that. This is the main theme to Jinro, and then so I mean I feel like I might want to go in there just if anything to just so I can support him in that way, even though he's not making anything, and just to, you know, connect with him as a fellow creator, because he doesn't talk with other creators that often. Yeah, I just want to reach out and be better, you know, try to be better about that, I guess. But I'm hoping the best with him. I really like his stuff. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. I think it was because I was in a similar... I'm just surveying the mess that I'm currently in with both this Naruto and this Encyclopedia project, and not knowing what to do with digest and stuff. It's just... I'm in a bit of a crisis period at the moment. Not in any other... at least my... You know, I'd rather have this be my problem, be up in the air and problem than IRL stuff. My IRL stuff is doing very well. I think my IRL I'm doing very well, which is good. It's just can't have it all, I guess. But we're gonna try it. Hope it'll be okay. I checked him out after the year digesting is really cool. Yeah, medical bills are outrageous. Yeah, and he like I don't want to talk for him, but I think the reason he ended up getting that was because he didn't check into a doctor soon enough. Didn't get it checked out. It was kind of like he talked about it being like a dragon to kind of overcome, to go see a doctor for a physical and medical examination. That was a challenge for him, and then yeah, it's probably this is the thing. It's like you could have caught it earlier, but you know, this is what it is. That's what I'm hoping he's doing well. Anyway, to make it about that. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll cut off at this Jinro theme.
It's just about ending, actually. I'll go. I guess it's Gundam 00 at the end over here. You know what? I'll do this Pat Labor 2 theme at the end here. I think that would be a nice... That might be nice, yeah. I don't know why I'm so particular about my music, you know, about this music and everything. I only go when it's an emergency. Yeah. No, I getcha. Well, gentlemen and ladies, and anybody's, it was a good stream. I think that was fun, productive, interesting. I did do 4 pages. I can't complain. I really can't complain, but I gotta figure this out. I don't know, just I also have other stuff in my other jobs and stuff that is starting to get due and everything, and it's like just gotta find that balance. Really crunched, not crunch. I mean, like, really get to nose to grindstone and have objectives. I had a list of objectives this week that was like, I'm gonna do these this week, and I got pretty much all of them done. Digest, stream, video, and other stuff, and yeah, I think I did pretty good this week, but I just have to be content with that and do it again this next week and do even better, and just take it each week as it comes, I guess. See y'all next time. Yeah. Well said, Greg. I think I hope to see you guys soon. We'll figure this out. I think I'm gonna figure something out. All right, let's do a bunch of reading or something. I don't know if I'm gonna do another live reading again, because I feel like I just take a long time. Yeah. We're gonna figure this out. All right. Yo, peace.